I'm trying to get it down to 2, so they only have to knock me up the head twice for me to get the message. Now I'm down to 1, so it's just like I hear it. I hear it very clearly. But you know, even every single one of us, we're all growing and changing. Sometimes you feel like they're right there. Other days you feel like they're far away. The days that they're very far away is the day that probably your energy is very constrictive. So remember that sometimes. I say to a lot of my clients, and they're like, I'm not getting the answers, I'm not getting the answers. I was like, go out and have some fun. Go out and have some fun. Laugh. Be free. Watch a child. Look at a child when they're running around and stuff's running down their face and their hair's in a big knot and they don't care. They're having fun. They're just receiving everything in from the universe. So if you can just have some fun and release that constrictive energy, you'll start to see some miracles in your life. It's very important that you do understand that we do create. We are co-creators with our universe. And they're helping you through your free will to see and to help you on your path. So you're responsible on some level, and they'll pick it up on the rest. Very often I say to my angels, I say, you know, I'm going to do this here. You take care of that. It's like a bargain that I make with them. And I'm like, because I start to think about this way too much, I get in my head, my energy gets constricted. And I can feel it when I'm doing that. So very often when I say, you take care of that, it really does feel, I feel lighter. There's a burden that's been lifted. So if you would like to look at that from that perspective, it can definitely help. Trusting, you're asking, you're surrendering the problem, trusting that they're hearing you, trusting that they're there. And that's all part of that faith issue. Sometimes it's very challenging to trust when we're not getting some answers. So that's when you can actually ask for a sign. Has anyone ever done that, ask for a sign? Good. Do you get them? You don't? We'll talk. I guarantee you're getting them, you're just not seeing them. Okay? Yeah, you're not seeing them. So we can talk afterwards if you'd like to share your story with me, and I can illustrate what I'm talking about. So for those who have gotten them, you've actually seen them, you felt them? Yes? No? So you've asked for a sign, but they haven't come through, you're feeling. Okay. You're probably not seeing them. If I had more time, I would say let's do that right now, but we can talk afterwards. And I'll point out, I guarantee you, you're just not seeing it. It's there. Remember, sometimes we get so focused on the way we think it should come in. We're thinking it should be this. But they're saying, why don't you come on over here? I got something for you. So we have a tendency to stay in what we think. So we'll definitely talk afterwards, so hopefully I can open that up for you, okay? And they're guiding you down a path. So trusting, even though you feel like you haven't gotten your answer, do you still trust that they're there? Good.
They're there to give me all the negatives.
Well, I don't think that's happening, but again, if I had more time, we could take care of it in here, but let's talk afterwards. They're not showing you the negatives, they're revealing something to you so that you can learn how to release. So that's really what it is. It's all about learning and growth. But they're there to kind of show you. Sometimes we sit in what we don't want to give birth to what we do want. Contrast. The world is based upon contrast. So definitely talk afterwards. Good. I'm glad you still have your faith. I hope in the back you still have your faith. Good, good. Because trusting and having faith that they're there is a big part of the plan. The other thing is divine direction. This is where that might answer some of your questions, is that we think it should be this way, but they're calling you over here. And I'll give you a story to illustrate this. This was one client. This is a fantastic story that I was working with. And she was calling in a soulmate partner, a real partner for her in her life. And she was like, I keep getting this feeling I should go to this gym that I pass on my way to work. And I'm like, well, go into the gym. I don't want to join a gym. I was like, you don't have to join the gym, just go in. And she's like, no. I meet her like 2 weeks later. I go, so did you go into the gym? No, but it's like weird. I keep dreaming about that gym. I said, well, maybe you want to go in there. I can't do it for you. And she's like, well, I really, I don't know. I don't like gyms. I don't like the way they feel to me. I said, well, just walk in the door and see what happens. Well, this went on for about 2 more visits. So she had 4. She kept getting this constant message to go into this gym. It's kind of funny at this point, and she was so reluctant, but that's okay. The message kept coming through. It didn't matter. They're still loving her, still guiding her. So finally, I see her for the 5th time, and I said, okay, I'm not even going to ask. She goes, no, ask. I'm like, okay. How did it go? She goes, I went into the gym. I was like, well, this is a good thing. I said, what happened? She goes, well, the first time I went in, I didn't really, I don't know, I felt funny, so I left. So a week later, I went back in again. I said, and what happened? She goes, well, there's this really nice guy at the front desk. I said, yes. And she said, well, we're dating now. She didn't have to join. She went in to use the bathroom. I was like, fine, as long as they got you in the door. But see, this is how because it was in her way of thinking that it should not be at the gym. I don't want to date someone who works out at a gym. I mean, she was very focused on what she wanted, but this gentleman was just simply there working. They're starting to date, he got a new job, and so things change, things grow, and we're constantly learning new things. So sometimes the divine direction that comes through might not make any sense. It's going to feel good. See, that's the difference to know what your inner voice is telling you, which is your divine, your intuition, that divine connection, or what is your ego saying, wishful thinking. See, your ego is wishful thinking. I want it this way, I want it this way, I want it this way. So sometimes we get confused. It's like, oh, that wishful thinking is telling me that's the angels, but it doesn't make sense to me. But this doesn't make sense to me over here, but I'm gonna hang on to this wishful thinking because this is really the way I want it. See, so you're being pulled to a place that your ego's talking to you that might be filled with fear and doubt. And that can get very scary, and that's when you kind of lose your focus a little bit, going, well, is this my angels or is it not? I'm not really sure. Now, you can go out and talk to people that work in this field and see if they can help you with that. But remember, there's a good key to feel if it's divine direction or not, or if it's your angels talking. It might not make sense, but it's going to feel okay. So you have to work a little bit with the fact that it might not make 100% sense to you, as such as the gym scenarios I gave you. But it just kept coming through. It was persistent, very persistent, but it felt okay. Even though she questioned it, it felt okay. And that's a good way to decipher between wishful thinking and divine direction. It might not make sense, but it's going to feel like it's okay. And again, when I got my messages, and that's just one of many, 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 many stories that I have received from my best friends on where to go on my path. It did not make sense. I used to work at a metaphysical store in the LA area, and I never looked in this store to work because the energy felt a little off to me. And I was tapping on doors of all these other metaphysical places in the LA area, and every one of them said, no, 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 no. And I got frustrated. I said, well, I don't know. You got to put me where you need me, but I'm not exactly sure. I keep looking at all these different places except for this one store because, again, the energy felt a little bit off. So one day I was in there buying some incense, and I heard very loudly behind me, you should ask. I actually turned around because I thought someone was behind me, and I said, like, ask what? And there was no one there. And I realized, oh, I know where it came from. And then I got the second message as I was buying the incense, you should ask. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm not going to do it here. No. I kept arguing with them in my head. I was like, no. And then I was leaving the store, and I heard again, just like this, you should ask. I was like, okay, fine, 3. I went in, I asked. The manager wasn't there. I spoke to him. I called him up on the phone. And you know what he said to me? He goes, it's funny that you should ask. He goes, we have openings and we never have openings. He said, and I worked there for just about 2 years. Loved it was such a wonderful journey. I loved every second of it. And a very powerful time, and learned a lot, and met so many amazing people. And I found out later that the way they take new readers is only through word of mouth. They don't take anyone in off the street. See, did not make sense, but there was something there. I never even thought of looking there. So I'm going to leave you with that story so that the divine direction you can understand. And I'm going to do a healing right now. And I'm not going to touch anybody. It's just a group healing. We're going to call in the guardians, all of your guardians, because they're all here anyway. But the archangels and the ascended masters to kind of release anything that's not serving you. Does anyone have the time? Oh, good. So we have 5. That's perfect timing. So if you can think, just take a moment now, close your eyes, and then I'll start the healing. Really think about what's not serving you. Is it something in your health that you don't want? Is it a situation that you'd like to have resolved? Perhaps it is the request for more money, which is always ask for whatever you need. A new job, a new partner, anything that you want to have released. And really focus in on that for just a moment. And at the end, when I say release, watch it kind of like leave. If you want to see it, you can give it to your angel. He or she can carry it away into the clouds for you. Watch it be released at the end. I call upon all our guardians, which are here with us already, the divine energy of the ascended masters and the archangels, all our friends and relatives from the light that are with us, and all our spirit guides as well. We ask for your beautiful divine presence in this room. Encircle all in this room in a bubble of divine white light, divine white love, divine white peace, and divine white energy. Let each and every person present in this room feel your divine presence in their lives. Know that they are forever loved and guided, unconditionally and always. Each one of them is carrying something right now that they would like to have released. Please take it from them. Help them feel your love. Help them feel less burdened. Help their path here on earth be lighter and more free. Let each individual know that they are beings of light as well. They come to this earth to serve and to help. Let each one of them know what their path is so that they can move forward peacefully on their life journey. I ask for the presence of Archangel Michael, the beautiful archangel of protection, to stand above each one of us, below each one of us, to the right of each one of us, to the left of each one of us, in front of each one of us, and behind each one of us. Let the presence of Michael be filled in this room so that we can all feel his power and strength, so that we all know our own power and strength. Also, I call upon Archangel Gabriel and Ariel, the 2 other 3-power archangels, to help us know our love and our leadership qualities and our own power. Right now, see your burdens being released. Let your guardians take them from you. Let Michael shield you with his shield and his flaming sword of truth. See your burdens being released, see them being gone. We close out this prayer and healing so that each one of us feels lighter and more free as our burdens are released. We seal in your beautiful divine energy once again in a bubble of divine white light, divine white love, divine white peace, and divine white energy. And so it is. Thank you so much for coming. I hope that helped. I am upstairs if you'd like to drop by and see me. I have a handout if you'd like it, and my card with some incense if you'd like it as well. I'm Mary Beth Murphy. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.